All right. Adam, you want to start? Do you want to start the story, or do you want to?
I'll start it.
So we went to go see Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Matt and I went to go see it.
Thumbs up.
Big time thumbs up. Good movie. It had, for me, it had like a lot of, it reminded me of Black Panther in a way that it brings in like a whole new culture in the MCU that like you've never seen before. And like instead of the Black Panther vibranium tech, it was more like a mystical folklore type creatures and stuff like that. It was really cool, and the villain was actually awesome. Tony Leung, I think his name is, the actor.
Yes.
But he is awesome. There was some fun cameos in there for the audience, and definitely a highly recommend. I won't give any spoilers away, but a good flick. But our opening today has to do with our mad rush to get to the theater. So we closed down the podcast yesterday, Matt and I, last week.
We went beforehand. I think we told you guys we went out and we got a Mexican pizza from this place on the hill.
Yeah, it's Masa Taqueria. They take over the kitchen at Rock and Rye on Federal Hill Thursday through Saturday. Big time recommend. Awesome tacos, awesome Mexican pizza. And so we went there before, did the podcast, and then we like had to book it. But we had enough time to get to the theater. And so we get off the exit, and there's construction like right in front of the mall. And we have to go all over Creation, back up on the hill, on Federal Hill, and back around to the mall. And so we ended up we were late. The movie was at what, 7:30, 8:30, 7:30?
Yeah, 7:30, I think.
7:30, and it was 7:30 and we weren't in the theater yet. So I printed the tickets, and I got in line for the snacks. Matt went to the bathroom, and so like I wasn't sure if he was still in there or not. So I like peeked my head in the bathroom. I was like, Matt, you still there? He's like, yeah, I'm just finishing up. And I had to go too. And so like to save time, I thought I had 2 blue ices in my hand, and I held them up. Like,
I had to sprint into the bathroom because I had that taco pizza came straight out.
Screaming out.
So I was like, Adam, get the tickets. He had the tickets already. I was like, get us the ices, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Right. So I also had to go to the bathroom and just had to pee. And I didn't want to bring this ices into the bathroom with us, but I had to go. So I brought them in, but I'm holding them up. So like, no, I'm not putting them on top of the urinal like an animal, or holding them down low so any like flecks of pee get all over them.
Yeah.
And I thought I finished peeing and put it away, and then I turn around, I look at Matt, and I go, Matt, look at this. And he goes, oh, it's not that bad. And then I showed, like, he saw my pants, and it was like, my pants were covered in piss.
It was one side just totally covered in piss.
So much piss. Like, Matt was like, oh, just, it's no big deal. Just, it's water. But it was so much that it was like, it had to, it was
almost as if you didn't pull your pants down at all, like pull your zipper down at all.
Right in his pants. I told him the only saving grace of it was that it looks like it looked so absurd that there's no way that it could be piss.
Right, there's no way a 32-year-old man could have done this to himself. It has to be water.
It has to be from the sink. He had to have like spilled the slushy on him.
Yeah.
So Adam pulls his pants all the way up to his nipples, and then pulls his shirt down
to hide the most of it. No, didn't help at all. But I'm holding my arm down, walking into the theater. I'm just waiting to get into the dark because it was bad.
We're lucky that we were late because there was nobody out there but the ticket ripper.
Right.
And we got into a dark theater. They were just finishing up the Eternals trailer, and then the movie started.
Right.
So it was worth it.
Yeah, we made it just on time. A little bum we didn't see the Spider-Man trailer in the theater.
Yeah.
But we got an awesome story of my piss-soaked pants right before the movie. I was like, I was wet the whole movie. It was awful.
So good. So it was such a comical amount of piss.
And peeing your pants, that's always funny.
Always funny.
It's always funny. You know what the worst part was too? There was like some down at the bottom, like the bottom of my pants, and that's the part that Matt saw first. And then I pulled my shirt up, and then there was like piss, like directly from where my penis sits in my underwear.
I laughed.
A stream of it.
I laughed when that happened. I laughed when we told it at Connor's wedding, and right at Connor's wedding.
Yeah.
And Adam texted me today, are we doing the peace story for the open? And I laughed then too.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Oh yeah. I just chuckled thinking about it now. It's very funny.
So much piss.
It reminded me of I think you should leave sketch the calico cut pants, and like he's ranting at the end. I've been so stressed out. My wife is in the hospital. I've been taking 4 seconds for a 6-second piss. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, you had to, and it's just
put it away
there
too
was
quick.
too much pee in you.
Too much going on. Trying to get in the theater. I'm holding ices above my head, trying not to spill them.
It's so funny. He had the ices like this sitting in his hands, and he.
It is funny though. Like once that icy enters the bathroom, it doesn't matter where it is.
It's just
it's in the bathroom. So you could have put it on, rested it on the urinal.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's just the
I could have just waited 10 seconds until Matt got done.
I literally he was still pissing when I walked out of the stall.
Yeah,
so
you
it could have. Yeah.
What? Wouldn't have had a funny cold open?
No,
definitely not. Football's back.
Yes.
The Bucks won last night by the skin of their teeth. I still am very excited. Like obviously the team looks great. Few missteps last night. 4 turnovers. Still scored 31.
So I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
What percentage chance did you think the Bucks were going to lose that game?
So I had to. Last night was the first realization that I had to like. It was almost like. Oh man, I mean this is a very bad example, but it's like a girl that's in an abusive relationship, and then she's in a relationship with like a good person, and like you
it's an extreme example.
you burn dinner, and you think that. You're going to get beat. And then you'll all of a sudden, oh no, like this doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. It's crazy that it only took 1 year for Tom Brady to now you expect to win in these situations. And he almost always does.
As an experienced Patriots fan, I knew exactly what was going to happen at the end of that game. Like, if there is more than 30 seconds left on the clock, you got a pretty good shot still.
Yes.
Pretty good shot.
And also, like, the game was won and lost a bunch of times in the fourth quarter. Chris Godwin fumbling. I was like, oh shit, like we could have won right there. That was it.
Right.
That was a nail in the coffin. We don't bounce back from those type of things of Bucks of past. Jameis Winston Bucks, Josh Freeman Bucks. Like we don't do that.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen.
Like everything needs to go perfectly for you to win.
Yeah. And so we don't there's no like adversity, like there's no battling back. And like I don't know, it was just great. I was talking to Adam about it before, so now that he's gone, we can talk again about it. The 4 touchdowns for Tom Brady is incredible.
Yes.
Opening night. 2 to Gronk, 1 to Antonio Brown. Like I can't like they're just like picking up where they left off. Like Gronk finished the season so strong, and I didn't think he was going to come out the gate like that. But he's Tom Brady's safety blanket.
He is, and you know what I didn't think of, which 100% motivates Brady, is him and Gronk are very close to breaking Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison's touchdown record.
Yeah,
like they're within.
They hit 100, right?
I think they're at 101 now.
Right.
So they're within like 10 or 12 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's going to do it this year.
Yeah.
Whether it, and like that is in Brady's head.
Oh, for sure.
When he's close enough to a record like that, I guarantee you Gronk is going to be fed the ball in the red zone all year until they break that record.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be great. I mean, I don't have Gronk on my fantasy team, which is not great, but I'm just excited
You can get him,
for them
though.
to do good.
You can get him.
John, you think he'll let him go?
Yeah.
I'm pumped that Antonio Brown is performing. It's amazing.
He played amazing. I have him in the league. That's just like for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I didn't play him, of course, but I mean the rapport that Brady had with almost all the receivers, and like not that he didn't have it with Mike Evans, but like there's always going to be an odd man out.
There was
I'm not worried about that.
It's tough too because there was a couple balls last night that he would have had if like the defense like just got their fingers on it, and like I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't have the concentration enough to like adjust for it. But I mean
it's week 1 too.
It's easy for me to say. It's easy for me to say.
Is that Matt Vieira?
Mike Evans is a very top tier athlete, so I can't really. So and you know what too? Like Evans has had 7 consecutive years of 1,000-yard seasons. If this is the year it ends because he's the decoy for everybody else to score, I think he's fine with that, and I think that I think that that's all right.
Yeah. And Brady will find a way to get him have his big weeks with him.
He does. Yeah, his 180-yard games.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Sunday, Derek's not going to watch with us.
Derek's not going to watch with us. So Derek, who's on the podcast for the horny character draft.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him. It's Dolphins Patriots. Derek's a big Dolphins fan, and we had planned. This was like maybe a couple weeks ago to potentially watch the game together. So I texted him and said, "Hey, do you still want to watch Dolphins Patriots?" He's like, "Oh, I've been meaning to reach out. I have a child's birthday party."
Okay.
It's an odd way to phrase
It's
it.
an odd way to phrase it. It's his cousin's birthday party. But I don't know. I feel like I've never heard anyone like it's. I have a family party. I have not a child's birthday party.
Yeah, like who's he covering for too? Like, does he think he's like getting deposed? Like he's giving his little information. His lawyer's not around, so he's giving his little information.
I will
as
say
possible.
this cousin, and I don't know if Derek's cousin, who's the birthday party they're going to, listens, but this is not the first time that they have had this child's birthday party on NFL Sunday. Derek's not happy.
No, he's not. And
I don't
he's
blame him.
especially not happy because the cousin, I think the
He's not a football fan.
right, not a football fan. So
No
it's-
football,
it's
no
not
TV,
gonna
no
be
football
on.
on TVs. Look, you got to give me something here.
Like I don't want to be out in the yard with a bunch of fart-faced kids.
No.
Put the TV on.
Right.
I know it's not his cousin Marissa because she
loves
huge
football.
into fantasy
Yeah.
football and into football. So that's
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
not sure which one, but
It's selfish.
It
You
is.
have to know, like NFL, like the NFL, football is America's pastime.
yeah. And even if you're not
is.
paying attention, you know it's football season.
Yeah,
There's, something's in the air. Guys are talking about it.
yeah. I don't know.
So I kind of feel bad for him.
My ex's family had a family party for her grandmother. Like she turned it wasn't like a significant age. It was just an age. On Super Bowl Sunday.
No,
That's
that's a big no.
Listen, when does the Super Bowl start? Usually.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 6 was the party.
That's stupid.
Was that her actual birthday?
No,
Oh, that's even worse.
wasn't. I remember that was the
Talk
year
about
that-
being unaware.
That was the year that we were the trivia champions, right? We're the trivia champions, or we just we got a table at Twin River.
Oh,
Remember,
yes.
there was a certain
At
thing
Wicked
that
Good.
right? At Wicked Good. So we went there,
Like a buffet and everything.
and I got out of it obviously because we were there. But I mean, what an insane thing to do! Super Bowl Sunday, and also just move it during the day. Why does it have to be at 6 p.m.?
Right.
Right? Grandma's gonna be asleep.
Yeah, 6
In an hour.
p.m. That's, 4/5 of her day is gone.
Yeah, I didn't go, and thank God I didn't.
Ain't that fraction?
I do.
Welcome to the Average Nobody's podcast number 129, September 10th.
Yep.
2021. I only know that because tomorrow is the anniversary of me being in 7th grade.
Yes.
Right, that's all it is.
That's it. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, 20 years. Holly and I were actually talking about that today. Wild. 20 years.
20 years is crazy. 20, it's yeah. I mean, because it does feel like a while ago, but when you hear 20 years ago and I was I can remember 20 years ago, that's when I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah. And I think because it was so, everything, every second of that day is on TV.
Yeah.
So now, of course, there's a million documentaries on it. There's a million specials on it. So it doesn't feel that long ago because at any given time you can go watch it and it feels like it just happened.
Yeah. Do you see the controversy about Spike Lee's documentary?
I did.
So he had, did you see anything about that? So he's doing a documentary on September 11th. And do you know the title of it? It's on HBO.
Yeah, it's like Voices from
Yes.
not Voices from Ground Zero, but
Something like that.
yeah.
He included it's an episodic type documentary. And in the final episode, he included some 9/11 truthers or conspiracy theorists into it. And it was not received well by the people that were reviewing it or looking at it before it went out. And they cut that whole, basically a whole half hour of the final episode out of it.
Wow.
Which is kind of a wild thing because I don't consider Spike Lee very controversial in that space, right? I would imagine that
Not
would
in
be done-
conspiracy theories.
I wouldn't expect him to give I would expect him just to these people are asking questions and having it be left open. I don't know, but I think it's weird to I feel like Spike Lee has gained enough notoriety where he could probably have been fuck you, I'm not taking it out.
Yeah, I think it's very bad timing
It's
to
for
have
sure.
a 9/11 truther with the 20th anniversary of 9/11 coming up. I mean, it's bad timing no matter what.
Yeah.
Because you're just kind of spitting in the face of so many people who
Yeah.
have lost their lives.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Amy, her best friend, her dad was a firefighter in New York, lost his life on 9/11. This is a 20-year anniversary. She was in 8th grade. Her life's changed forever. And now, she has to relive it every single year because it's always on TV and all that stuff. So now you're saying, that didn't happen. Okay, then what happened to her father?
Right.
It's
Did
insane.
he disappear?
Yeah.
It's just...
Well, he was. I believe that those people would say that he was a sacrifice by the government or whatever the fuck
Right,
they would say.
which is just so.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. Where Spike Lee probably has enough power not to say I'm going to keep it in, but why was it in the first place?
I'm also not, right, and I'm also not sure. Spike Lee's not known for being super controversial about 9/11, right? So
Okay, I know.
why would he? I don't know why he would have included it in the first place. Why tell that story? And also why? Yeah, also did HBO not know at all what was going on? So did HBO okay it, or did HBO want it, or like whatever? Like it got cut after the fact, but there's no way that HBO didn't know that a large portion of the final episode was going to be about conspiracies.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Unless they gave him like full creative control, but you'd think someone at the network would have.
I didn't think that he would go that way though. He doesn't seem,
No.
you know what I mean? Like that's such a weird thing.
Yeah, he never really addressed it either. Just kind of like apologized and said
just-
he took it out.
Right. Whatever.
Make a big thing out of it.
Yeah.
If you want to help support the show, averagenobodies.com/baboon.
Yep.
Buy a bag.
Got mine. Taking it for a ride in a couple of weeks.
You're putting it through its paces.
I am.
How many miles? Do you know? What's your total trip?
I think it'll be like 1,800 miles, something like
You
that.
got the bag?
Yes.
How is it?
Sweet. That's awesome.
I'll have to get one.
They got 3 sizes of bags. They got a big one. They got a carry-on one. They got a small like gym duffel bag. And then I bought these micro mesh pouches, they call them, and they're good for like when you're traveling to like put things in the like smaller things you don't want like just rattling around the bag.
A gun?
Pretty cool. Yeah, like a gun. Yes, you put your gun in there. I also have 2 other bags. They're great, waterproof, backpack. You can use them like a backpack, like a duffel bag. They got cool colors, cool prints on the inside.
Yep.
Baboontothemoon.com or averagenobodies.com/baboon if you want to help out the show.
Hey, we're all together.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show.
It is. I was about to do that.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Celebrity Birthdays.
Now we're all in the same room.
Yes.
It's Adam's riddles.
It's my riddles. So so you guys are gonna have to keep track of how many points you get, and I'll add them at the end into the spreadsheet.
I'll use my fingers.
We're still doing call, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I need to hear the cause first.
Call.
Okay.
Caw.
Okay.
Better than my bird is alive.
I got to. I'm gonna have to keep notes open to keep track.
I'll just use your hands.
So I've got 7 today. Not really a bang up day, but there's some 7 people on here that I think you guys will get.
Okay.
There's one or two maybe that you might just get a character name, but let's just get right into it. A breakout actor of the 90s who may not have had cruel intentions or know what anyone did last summer, but he did crash in the 2000s and end up with a stick of celery in his ass in 2010.
Jesus Christ, what is that from?
MacGruber. Ryan Philippe.
Oh,
It is Ryan
God.
Philippe.
I forgot that he was in that.
Yeah. You know they're making a MacGruber TV show like on his IMDb today. Like it's real. It's in pre-production. There's an amount
like
of
the same
episodes.
cast?
Yes.
I can't wait. I love
That's
that.
cool.
It's going to be on like I think like whatever Peacock.
Peacock. Okay.
So how old is
Shit.
Ryan Philippe today?
He is very handsome.
Very handsome.
So I don't know, because he could be old and just look good for his age.
Try to think. When did Cruel Intentions come out?
That was like
97?
mid 90s.
Ugh.
So say he was
98.
25 then, 1972. I always do this and I can't
I'm
count
gonna-
to what year it
I think
is.
he was probably like.
I'm gonna say 49.
Okay.
So hold on. So 97.
I think it came out like 97, 98.
I'm gonna say that he is 46 years old.
He is 47 years old today.
I did the math. I was
Just-
so close.
Just missed it.
so
Hey,
close.
doing the math helps out.
We'll give you a point.
Fuck. No.
No, I know. I'm just
I
kidding.
can't. I didn't write it down. No point.
A character actor known for his signature exhausted elderly look. You'll likely recognize him as a detective after one of Jerry's books or Luke's friendly neighbor in modern times.
Philip Baker Hall.
It is Philip Baker Hall,
Who the fuck is that?
You know him. He's the
the detective bookman from the episode of Seinfeld where Jerry has an overdue library book and he's
yeah.
Luke's neighbor in
Yeah.
Modern Family.
Fuck.
I was like looking at his IMDb, he's
still alive.
yeah.
He
How
just
do you
died
know
in
his
Modern
name?
Family.
He's like nothing.
It's one of those things you just know.
It's the neighbor
Hey,
who
Brett Cohen.
Luke steals the TV. He takes his TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. He was in that, and he was in.
He's always just like an old guy.
Yeah.
But he's not like the star of anything.
No, he was in another show, and he played that role. And I think I just remember from the credits,
Okay.
something like that.
How old is PBH today?
PBH.
PH.
Still alive.
Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Let's say he's 85.
Okay.
He's 87.
Philip Baker Hall is 90 years old today.
Wow. Good for him.
Good for him.
Still kicking.
Still kicking around.
Okay, this director may not have discovered the new world, but he's known for helming movies where kids are home alone, playing with their wands, or being taken care of by a cross-dressing Robin Williams.
Christopher Columbus.
It is Christopher Columbus.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, director.
Yep. He directed the Home Alones, 2 of the Harry Potter movies, and also Mrs. Doubtfire and Bicentennial Man.
And I know that because I read Robin Williams'
Man.
biography, which Justine always makes fun of me about.
Hey, it paid off. Got you a point.
Why should she make fun of you about that?
I don't know.
What's wrong with a biography on?
Because I should be
Robin
reading nonfiction, I guess.
Williams? Oh my
Nerd.
God.
I mean fiction.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right. Fiction. I know what you meant.
How old is Chris Columbus today? I guess he goes by Chris.
Oh, so not Christopher? Because of all the genocide?
Probably. Probably changed it after.
Did he? I'm trying to.
The backlash?
Did he do Uncle Buck too?
Maybe.
He's done a lot of like very famous comedies.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's 57.
Okay. Moltres?
Let's say he's 65.
Yeah, 57.
Ooh, 63. Right there.
Love.
Happy birthday, Christopher Columbus.
57 felt young.
Okay. A bully of an older brother when Jay Baruchel brings home a girl out of his league.
Caw.
Oh, fuck.
But you may or may not remember him from all of his boring talk about Pilsners on the 9-9. It's Ryan.
Oh, actually, it's not the person I thought it was.
No, me neither. I was going to say James Marsden.
It is not James Marsden.
Oh, well, I know who the fuck.
It's not T.J. Miller, right?
No. He was also in Modern Family.
I'm trying to picture him from. She's out of my league.
So it's Amy's ex-boyfriend in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't
It's
know.
not going to get you any points.
I know.
The character name will get you a half.
Is it?
Shit. I don't know his name.
Pete? In Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Nope, it is Teddy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Fuck. What is his real name?
I don't know the actor's name.
His real name is Kyle Bornheimer.
Ah.
Yeah, good old Bornheimer.
He is a good actor. I like him.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff as like the small.
He was in that Modern Family episode when they go to the lake, and Mitchell like had a crush on him when they were kids. He works at like that souvenir shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
Teddy.
see. I just want to make sure it's Teddy. I'm almost positive it's Teddy.
Yeah, it's not Pete.
It's not Pete.
We didn't get
I don't know.
it.
You almost got me. Yeah, it is Teddy. Teddy Wells.
Okay. Does he play a Pete in any show?
Probably.
Then
Pretty
I feel like
nondescript
that's a
name.
half point.
Right.
Not as well known as her father.
Oh, we gotta guess his age.
Oh, sorry. How old is
I don't
Kyle
know.
Bornheimer?
He's 42.
Okay.
43.
Fuck.
46. Tough day for the ages. All right.
Last week was tough for the ages too.
It
right?
was.
So I've got 3 left.
Okay.
Not as well known as her father, and more recently her brother, but she's everyone's favorite waitress at the Tropicale in A Shitty Creek.
Oh, call.
Call.
That's Matt.
Ah, fuck. I forget her name in Schitt's Creek. It's fuck. She's like the granola lady.
Granola.
Yeah, she's like fucking like not a hipster, but like a I don't know. She makes like the shitty food and
She works at the restaurant.
yeah, I don't know her name.
The character's name is Twyla.
Yes,
It's Twyla.
For the full point, can I try to guess her first name? I know the last name's Levy.
Yep.
I don't know. Amanda Levy?
Nope, Matt.
Rachel Levy.
Nope, it is Sarah Levy.
I actually went to college with the Rachel Levy.
Oh.
Was it her? Did you change her name?
What does that look for?
You know why?
All right. How old is Sarah Levy today?
She is 45.
38.
She's 35 years old
Fuck.
today.
Oh, Eugene Levy's in his 70s.
I don't know what to tell you. Strong seed.
But
Wrong.
how old is his son? He's not that old.
I have no idea how David is.
Well, I
how old, Dan is. Dan. Okay. A rock and roller of a director with a signature fast-paced English style that can snatch an audience's attention so they won't need to be a Sherlock Holmes to figure out who he is.
Is it Guy Ritchie?
It is Guy Ritchie.
Got one.
Got one. He's on the board.
Did you have anything in there for King Arthur?
No, I tried to get something with like something in
okay.
there with that, but
You know what's funny? The other day I couldn't think. Yes, can you roll one over, please? The other day I was trying to think of what his name. For some reason I couldn't think of his name. I was like the director who did King Arthur and all that. And then today it fucking shot into
paid
my
off.
brain. There we go. Guy Ritchie is shit. 52.
That's what I was gonna say.
Really?
Yeah. 53.
A nice cold Bud Light.
Guy Ritchie is 53 years old.
Fuck! God damn it.
You should have said 53.
The up one.
I should have. I should have said
The
all
up
the other
one.
names.
I really was gonna say 52.
I should have said PBH.
All right, last one. If your movie needs a handsome, well-spoken Englishman, Taylor, Renee Zellweger fanatic, King's Man, or King's Speech, this Oscar-winning actor should be at the top of your list.
Colin Firth.
It is Colin Firth.
Good one.
Good birthday.
That's
points.
a very good birthday.
Pretty good. How old is Colin Girth today? It's his porn star name.
He is. Oh shit! I don't know. 56.
57.
I'll die.
He is 61.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, good round, fellas. Hold on, let me see.
I got 4.5.
I got 2 points.
All right, so Matt got 2. So,
AKA dos. If I say it in Spanish, do I get another 2 points? Dos. And then due, that's Italian.
Ryan, how many did you get?
4.5.
So you got 3.5 and 1
Age.
Okay. So,
Calculate.
Really thought I had that James
Calculate.
Marsden one.
nope.
Shit, Twyla.
Okay.
I fucking
so
knew
we
that.
are updated. Well done, fellas.
Whoop whoop.
Excellent.
That's it for this episode's edition of Celebrity Birthdays.
Who was it? And now a word from our sponsor.
Well, AverageNobodies.com/baboon. Go there, buy a bag. We already spread
done.
the gospel.
The Gospel of Baboon.
Also, Bud Light.
Bud Light. Official soft drink of the Average Nobody's podcast.
That's right.
So, what is the draft and the order for today's draft?
Let's talk to my little spin wheel app that likes me a lot.
It do.
Tiny Decisions. And let's see the order of today's draft, which is...
Today's draft is best movie remakes.
So we had to add a caveat, right? Because this could be remade from a TV show as well. So
Okay.
it's not just a
As long as the remake is a movie.
yeah. Now, I just want to put this out there. We're not talking adaptations, right? Like a book to a movie is not a remake.
No, it's not
No.
a remake. No.
It has to have been a TV show or a movie and then remade as a movie.
Good. Okay. All right, here we go. It's tough to see. First one.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I can't.
No,
that
do
again.
it. You won fair and square.
But this is.
No, this is for second.
This is for a second.
All right.
Fuck. This thing is. It can't be. I mean,
This is unbelievable.
this is unbelievable. I'm wasting all my luck on this stupid wheel. I gotta go out and get a lottery ticket. All right, Ryan. So me, Ryan, Adam.
I'm bringing up the rear.
Was that the same as
Hey.
last week?
No, I had third last
Okay,
week.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
Third's nice.
fuck
You get
me.
back-to-back picks.
I promise it's fair. We got to come up with a different thing. This thing likes me too much. All right.
Number 1 pick. What do you got?
My number 1 pick is 1982's The Thing.
Damn it.
Remade from
Bitch.
from 1952's The Thing from Another Planet or Another World.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite sci-fi movies. It's tremendous. There's a prequel, not to be confused. It's not another remake, a 2011 The Thing. But it's great. I mean, it's an awesome movie. It's one of my favorite. It's been made into my favorite board game
Yep.
that we play often. And yeah, The Thing off the board at number 1. Great remake.
Great remake.
It's one of those like it's a remake that people. I mean, obviously 1952 is a long time ago, but it's one of those movies. It's like it's the movie. Like people don't think of it as a remake.
I've never seen The Thing.
What?
It's very good.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not a horror guy.
We watch it. It's it's more sci-fi thriller than horror.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not a very enticing title.
On a snowy winter day, get cozied up and watch it.
Hell of a cast. It's
Really, Kurt Russell,
I mean, and Keith David.
Keith David,
And the diabetes guy.
Ooh,
the
Wilford
diabetes
Brimley?
guy.
Yeah.
Yep, he's in there.
Okay.
So yeah,
He's my favorite character to play in the game.
Blair.
Yep, it's my boy.
Yeah, we usually watch it while we play the game, Infection at Outpost 31, which right now is, I mean, this is not an ad for it, but I sent you the link, right? They're
Yep.
doing pre-orders for another print of it, because right now the only way
I'd
to
like-
get one of those games is like $400 on eBay.
I'd like to think we have first editions.
We absolutely
of those.
do. Oh, for sure.
Even though my box is fucked.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it comes with the
I'm not
wear and tear.
selling it. I'm not getting rid
My
of it.
cards are all fucked up too, but anyway,
Number 2?
Number 2?
number 2.
I'm glad you didn't take this one from me. I thought it was going to be number 1.
Don't you dare.
Ocean's 11.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
I had it as well.
Remade from, I think it was in the 60s, the original one was, with Frank Sinatra and all his pals.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds right.
remade exquisitely by Steven Soderbergh with a knockout cast,
Oh, man.
including George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damone, Bernie Mac,
Damone.
Scott Conn.
Elliot Gould, Scott Kahn, Casey Affleck, Julia Roberts,
Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia. One of my favorite movies in general, but when you're talking about remakes, I feel like it, for me, it
the
starts
first time
and
I
ends with
saw that, I was blown away. I was like, how the hell did they do this? I had to watch it like
and
a
it's
couple
like
more
it's a
times to
cool
figure
movie.
it out. Yes.
Like everyone in that movie is cool.
so cool.
Yeah.
Just
Brad
really
Pitt
cool.
is so cool.
Yeah.
Rusty. It's
Rusty.
one of the very best heist movies. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Kinda
I
define-
even liked the other two,
yeah.
Yeah.
12 and 13.
They were always kind of trying to catch up to Ocean's 11, but
Yeah.
Did you see 8?
No,
No.
I heard it was awful.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I was curious.
yeah, I'm not really interested.
When I was on storm duty a few weeks ago, I slept at Tom's house and he had it on when I came over. But he was like on his laptop working, and I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen this. Is it good?" He goes, "Oh yeah, it's terrible. Why is it on then? What are you doing?"
Probably just needed background noise.
Just
Yeah.
hate watch it. That's what Neil does. That's what I imagine Neil does when he watches movies.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
99% of the movies that are being hate watched.
Okay, so the third pick, I'm going with a series.
Is it a 2-parter?
I mean, it's the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
All right.
one.
I'm going, Rise, Dawn, War
Yeah,
versus
that's-
the
yeah.
original Charlton Heston ones.
Yeah.
Which I've also seen, which rule. Not
Yeah.
all of them, because there's like 3 or 4 of them, right? But I've seen
There's definitely 3. I don't know if there's 4.
those movies rule. Let's get that straight. But the first one with James Franco, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, awesome movie. And then when Matt Reeves took over and did Dawn and War, those movies were like legit fucking awesome. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is probably my favorite one with Gary Oldman in it. He's like the sort of bad guy.
Yeah.
And then they had Koba, like the bad ape. That one was probably my favorite, but the new trilogy of Planet of the Apes is my first pick.
All right, and coming back around.
Coming back around, I am going to go with one that is definitely on your list, Matt, from what you told me earlier. I am going to go with the Halloween.
Yeah.
The
Rob Zombie one or the new one?
The new one.
Oh, okay.
The new one.
Okay.
So technically it's a remake of...
Well, it's a remake of John Carpenter's.
Right. So...
Well, yeah.
No, it's a continuation of John
continuation.
Carpenter's first one.
Right,
So it's
so-
a remake of...
Halloween.
It's a remake in some way.
Well, shit. We'd have to talk to Mark, but I don't know. Like, yeah,
So,
I guess it's a remake.
The newest Halloween that came
well,
out.
it's like
The one that just came out?
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
2 or 3 years
'Cause
ago.
there's another one coming out.
So that
too.
one is a direct sequel to the original John Carter one.
yes, but so you're saying it's a remake. It goes over the other sequels to
It goes over the
like Halloween 2.
Halloween 2, both Rob Zombies.
Yeah.
Like both
Well,
his.
Rob Zombies is a remake of the original John.
Yeah, because a sequel wouldn't be a remake.
No, but I know what Adam's coming. I know where Adam's coming from. Where it's like a, where do they do that before in other trilogy? Where they just like totally stomp out the other movies of that, like because it is replacing John Carpenter's Halloween,
Right.
and then the next movie the movie that just came out a couple years ago is the one that's replacing.
Right.
That's the remake of that movie.
Right.
The sequel. It's the remake of the sequel to Halloween, but it's done. It's different.
Right. It's like I love that movie. It's modernized, but it still has the the John Carpenter feel. It's like not like the Rob Zombie ones are still good.
Yeah.
They're just I just felt like the newest one. I forget who directed it. David Gordon Green maybe. But and Danny McBride is a producer on it. Actually, funny story. Danny McBride said that when he saw the actor in like the Michael Myers mask, that he like was scared shitless on set.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah. So it's in my eyes, it might be a little gray on which one it's a remake of, but it's definitely a remake in some way because there are so many sequels to that original John Carpenter Halloween.
Yeah.
That it falls in the remake category for me. So.
Very good.
Halloween.
Ryan, back to you.
Back to me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go. Let me pull up usually have a computer in front of me.
None of us better have any Disney ones, or Justine's going to be very angry.
No, they're not on here.
I haven't seen
seen
one,
any of
but
I know Ryan's
spite
definitely
one.
not doing Aladdin. Can't be. You hate Daniel.
I like
whatever his
the
name is.
movie, but
Masood.
the actor's a goddamn
Hey,
trailer trash.
Another
so
Guy
crazy.
Ritchie movie.
Aladdin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He directed the Will Smith one.
That's
You
a good
done
movie.
wound
I do
me
like the
up.
movie. All right. My second round pick is going to be The Parent Trap.
Ooh, good one. Had that on here as
That was
well.
going to be my next pick.
I love so I've never seen the original Parent Trap,
It's trash.
obviously, because I'm 33. But the remake with Lindsay Lohan, for the longest time,
Chef's kiss.
I thought Lindsay Lohan was a twin. The movie magic they do with that movie.
Yeah.
I know.
And it's just like it's a fantastic story. You get the Nancy Myers, like, she puts her little magic on it and makes
Yeah.
it, very heartwarming with her, the way she writes or directs movies and stuff and writes stories. But I love the original, the remake Parent Trap holds up. to
Dennis
this day.
Quaid?
Dennis Quaid is here?
I remember.
From Ellen?
I remember after that movie came out, after the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap came out, I didn't know anything about the other Parent Trap movie. It came out in like the 60s.
Yeah. A very long time ago.
And I remember being at either my great aunt's house or my grandmother's house and being like, "Oh, do you want to watch The Parent Trap?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And like popped it in VHS, and it was like, I was like, "What is this trash? Like, this is not Lindsay Lohan. This is not The Parent Trap that I know."
Yeah, 1961. I mean, Haley Mills.
Who?
She was in The Parent Trap. I don't know. I don't know any of these people, but the remake with Lindsay Lohan, Dennis Quaid.
I remember
Fantastic
I remember
movie.
the two kids in the original Parent Trap being like pasty white, like ghouls.
Mm.
I don't know.
They almost look like
I don't know if it was like the
They look
VHS
kinda
tape I was
sick,
watching.
yeah.
I don't know if it was the VHS tape I was watching, but yeah.
And I will say The Parent Trap is
Yeah.
like a storyline in shows.
Oh yeah, TV
Like
movie. Yeah,
we were just watching
yeah,
an
yeah.
episode of New Girl, and Jess does it with like her mom and dad, Rob Reiner and Jamie Lee Curtis. When she invites them for Thanksgiving at the same time, like it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
like that storyline has lasted forever, which is kudos to the original. But I think the remake is better.
Is that the same kind of storyline as like the Prince and the Pauper type thing? Is that that's like a similar thing? I'm trying to remember the Prince and the Pauper. Like they're not related, or are they?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Is that a parable?
Yeah, you don't know about that, like the Wishbone movie, or like
I've heard it, and I was just not along.
The Prince and the Pauper is like essentially the same movie where like one, but it's about classism where like one is super rich and the other one is, but they're twins.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if they're actually related or if it's just like a coincidence. They look very similar. I don't know. Someone help us out. All right.
Man in the Iron Mask.
Anyway,
We'll have to
yeah,
get-
right, man. The Iron Man.
Average Nobodies. Let us know. About
Right, Man in the Iron Mask. That's exactly what it is. Right. Fucking great movie. All right, my pick up here in the second round is going to be A Star Is Born, the most
Okay.
recent one with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. of course, the remake. Oh, it's been done a few times, but the remake that I know, or the original that I know of, is Chris Christopherson and Yentl.
Your mom's a fan of that movie, right?
My mom?
The original?
Yeah. Yes. Chris Christopherson and Yentl, Barbara Streisand. So yeah, that one. Great movie. Very sad. It is real. I remember it like blew me away in theaters. I was so sad.
Same here.
I cried. And then coming back around, I'm going to do the Little Shop of Horrors with Rick Moranis remake. Great movie and great music.
Nice.
Adam?
Damn, I've got too many right now. I didn't think I was going to have this problem. All right, so I'm going to do... I don't know if this one counts again, but I have to do it.
Let's talk it out.
I have to do it because I know...
and you all let him know if this counts or not.
I know...
Stricken.
Did Justine do the thing where she guessed what we would guess?
I don't think she did.
She texted me a bunch,
Okay.
but she didn't tell me like who would pick who. Although she did say Matt's gonna pick A Star Is Born.
Okay.
So.
Well,
I would be letting myself down if I didn't include Batman Begins
yeah.
as a remake.
Yeah.
I mean,
Of Batman.
A Batman origin story.
yeah, a remake of a Batman origin story.
Okay. I would accept that.
Yeah, so Batman Begins, Batman's my guy. The Christian Bale one, that movie, like what a launch pad for like one of the best trilogies of all time. It really goes up my ass that people like hate on The Dark Knight Rises. That movie whips ass.
Yeah.
But anyways, Batman Begins, like you get to see, you really get to see Bruce Wayne training and like honing his craft. You don't really see that in Batman, the Michael Keaton one. He just shows up and he's Batman.
Yeah. There's no year one. There's no like year one Batman.
No, not
remake.
yet.
Not yet.
So that is technically, year one Batman, right?
Pattinson?
No, the
Oh yeah, Batman Begins is yeah, sure. Yeah.
year one. So we'll be getting like a more gritty version of that, the Pattinson one in March.
But they were saying that wasn't like that's also just like a year two thing.
yeah, so maybe he's like,
Keaton's been doing it for a while.
right.
Val Kilmer was doing it for a while.
Oh, Val Kilmer. Awesome. I love that one.
Sad to see what's happened to him.
And my next one, I'm torn between two here.
Well, you can only pick one.
I am aware. Kind of regretting picking Halloween right now.
Fool.
Fool.
So I've got two horror movies and another comedy in here that I really want to get in, but that's 6 picks. I'm going to do this one because I know it's probably on Matt's list as well. I want to get it before he does. I'm going to go with 2004 Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, it's on my list too.
Another one, which I've seen the original George Romero one and the Zack Snyder one. Like, to leapfrog like the zombie pioneer, George Romero is like a huge feat.
Yeah.
And while that movie is still great and it's like really well done for its time, like I remember being in Dawn of the Dead and being the Zack Snyder one being scared shitless. Like those were scary, fast zombies, and like the action and like how tense it was at times. Like the cat Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
The cast, Mekhi Phifer.
It's a great cast, yeah.
Good ensemble cast. The main guy in it, he hasn't been in anything since.
Yeah.
Who's the chick? She hasn't been in anything either. I can see her face. She's like a dollar store version of the girl from Road Trip. You know what I mean? The one that shows her boobs.
Yeah. Chad
Very
last
high
week-
compliment.
Chad last week thought it was funny that we called Libby from Lost Juliet if you dropped her on her head.
Well, their eyes are very far apart. I will say though, like for Zack Snyder to do what he did with the remake of Dawn of the Dead, because the original is like
Sarah
sacred.
Polly.
Right. That set the tone for any and all zombie movies. And,
Yeah.
and Dawn of the Dead is 2004 still holds up. And then he came out with Army of the Dead this year, which also rules.
Yes,
Like the
I
guy
love
knows
that movie.
how to do a zombie movie.
The George Romero zombie movies are just like they're remembered of like the first of their kind, and like
Right.
and
like I remember I told you I watched Children of the Corn for the first time recently. I thought it was terrible. I didn't think it was scary at all.
yeah, no.
Well,
And
you
that's
have
like
to watch
the
it,
scariest movie.
You have to watch it with a certain,
yeah, with
that
a certain
mind.
thing in mind. Like this is like zombies are a new thing, quote
Yeah.
unquote, a new thing. But like
Yeah.
2004's Dawn of the Dead. I had that on my list, and what I had written down was Zack Snyder doing that remake. Like he nailed it right before the fucking like
Zombie craze.
the zombie rush, like
Yeah.
the mad rush, like Walking Dead and fucking all that shit. Like he hit it right before that.
I told you about Train to Busan, right?
Yeah.
Very good zombie movie.
What are they calling it? A ripoff of? Oh, of Army.
No,
of the Dead.
I figured out what the discretion was. So this dude I work with on Storm Duty, Adam, he said that his friend had told him that Army of the Dead ripped off Train to Busan, but that's not it. Train to Busan is very different than Army of the Dead. It's scary, it's awesome. Like I don't know why, but you know, Korean zombies, they hit harder than American
Koreans are
zombies.
dark people.
Right. They knew what they were doing when they
Especially
made this
the North
movie.
Koreans.
Yeah.
So I was reading about it, and like the director of Train to Busan is a huge Zack Snyder fan, and he got the inspiration from Train to Busan when Zack Snyder remade Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
And then there's like a sequel to Train to Busan, which I haven't seen yet, which is like I haven't read it, but the plot line is very, very similar to Army of the Dead. And because of the times they came out, it looks like it's a ripoff, but like they were doing those movies at the same time. And like because of the issue with Chris D'Elia and having to cut him out and, you know.
It got pushed back, right?
Yeah, so Zach's got pushed back like, you know, a year or so, or 6 months, a year, whatever.
Yeah.
And in that time, the Korean director's one had come out, and it's like they're very similar. But I don't think the two of them consider it ripoffs of each other because like they have drawn
Inspiration.
from each other. So, yeah.
Very good. Ryan?
I'm gonna go with Mission Impossible next,
Ooh.
which I was aware, but I maybe put it like the back of my mind. But Mission Impossible was a television show back in the
Oh.
60s and 70s for
With the same name?
Yeah, same name, same plot, like spies, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But it was on for 7 seasons on CBS in the 60s and 70s. And then it was remade with Tom Cruise.
Those movies rock.
Probably my favorite action franchise.
You've never seen those.
So I'm just about to say that. I watched the first one last year and I never continued. But I watched the first one and it blew my tits off.
Get ready to have your tits blown off even more.
They get better. Every single one gets better.
The newest one was the best
I know
one.
they look right up my alley. It's awesome because especially because I'm super into James Bond. Like I love all the Bond movies.
Right.
Like I mean the old ones I love too, but like the Daniel Craig ones and like the Pierce Brosnan ones are fucking awesome. And like it seems like the same kind of.
And Tom Cruise is a maniac.
And Tom Cruise is an absolute maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all so good.
You should see in the newest one, like the stunts that he does. And it's him.
I remember I was reading that he flies a helicopter and he does like this like really
flies a
dangerous
helicopter.
maneuver like on his own.
Yeah.
How can he be insured?
I have no idea.
How can they can't possibly
I
insure
think
him for
he
a
like
movie, right?
just does it himself. Like
No, I know he
pays
does.
for everything himself, so like nobody can say
Right,
shit.
yeah, I guess,
maybe.
right. That rant of his like while they were shooting a movie during the middle of COVID is fucking like
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
awesome.
So amazing. So
Because
amazing.
he really is. Like, he's taking all the risks. Like, God, I mean, he's probably executive producer on all of them now.
We are setting the example for the rest of the industry. People look to us to feed their families. It's amazing.
Pretty great.
He's a psychopath, but he makes a hell of an action movie.
He does.
So I'm going to go with Mission Impossible for my 3rd round pick.
Good
Very
pick.
good. Very good.
I had no idea.
Who you coming back around with? Or is that
You picked first.
Yeah, I'm second. I think we might have messed up the order a little bit.
okay?
No,
so
I
now-
don't think so. You picked two.
Oh no, because you went back to back, right? You went.
Yeah,
Dawn
I
of the
went
Dead
back
and
to back.
And yeah. Okay, so
I did Dawn of the Dead and Batman Begins.
Right. Now it's me. All right. The first pick of the 4th round
Yes.
is going to be. Oh damn. I'm going with The Evil Dead, 2013.
Good one.
So
I haven't seen it actually.
very good.
The new one.
So the original Sam Raimi's Evil Dead is a great horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good horror movie. Like is a classic in the sense like George Romero's Dawn of the Dead is a classic, but also holds up very well. It's chilling. It's like fucking. Like,
I remember
gives you
watching that one
goosebumps.
and like feeling like my brain was scrambled.
Yeah.
Like in the 3rd act. Like it's just like very chaotic, right?
Yes.
At the end.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
The remake that came out in 2013 starring Jane Levy and a bunch of ensemble characters that you wouldn't really know unless like they hopped around a bunch of little horror movies. But she was, if you remember, if you've watched, God, what's the movie about what's the show about the fucked up family in Chicago, South Side? Why can't
Shameless.
Shameless. She's in that. She plays the daughter, not the daughter, the younger sister, Mickey's younger sister.
Okay.
In the first season, but then it switched to another actress. But anyway, so she does this, and she also does that movie with this. The director's Fede Alvarez, and he did this one, and he also did that movie about the blind guy that beats people up in his house.
Oh, Don't Breathe.
Yeah, it just came out with a second one. But
The guy from Avatar.
yes,
Yeah.
this remake is so good. It's bloody, it's gory, it's like everything that the first one was and more. Like it just was better. They used 10,000 gallons of fake blood.
Wow.
The last 20 minutes, the last 15 minutes, it's raining blood. It rains blood in this remake.
Good.
It just and like Sam Raimi was either an executive producer or he was very hands-on in the process with Alvarez. So it also has like that feel. It has in all of Sam Raimi's movies, he has this old Buick in all of his movies, whether it's running or not. In Spider-Man, it's Uncle Ben's car.
Oh, cool.
In like the what was the other movie he did? But anyway, it's there, like it's there in those movies, like in this movie. It's just a really good remake, and I also like I think it's my favorite Evil Dead movie, including Army of Darkness and all that. Okay, and then coming back around, I'm gonna go with It 2017.
okay, good.
because
That was an easy, because I was gonna choose
because
that.
like the Tim Curry one, the two-parter, the original TV one, TV movie was. It's like it's creepy, and I understand that like people have a lot of bad memories associated with that. I don't have that. I watched it. It didn't really do anything for me. Not like the fucking 2017 one did for us.
So the 2017 It, like I never went to go see horror movies before. No, wasn't gonna do it. And
Yeah.
then I was like,
That's right. I totally forgot about that.
I was so like interested when the trailer for It came out. I was so interested, like I had to see it, and I saw it with you and Sean. You guys came up to see me at the apartment, and we saw it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've been like trying to catch up on all the horror movies that I've been missing out on over the years.
I remember being so blown away by that first part specifically. The 2017 It, and just like I don't know, it didn't.
I have to see it. Holly loves it.
It's good. The
Really
second
good.
one's okay. Like the second one, the best part about it is like who they got for the cast.
Yeah, great cast.
You know what I mean? Like to
Which
play the
that
kids.
kind of stinks. I feel like they maybe
But like the
focus more on that than the story.
the first one, like just
Sometimes with
like,
sequels.
like having the kids made it so much more scarier because you're like you sort of put yourself in your shoes. Like, what if you were a kid and this was happening to you? You'd be fucking terrified.
Yeah.
if this was happening.
If you're an adult.
The other thing about the sequel is the second part is that from what I've read about it, the book, and what Adam has told me is like the ending is so batshit crazy.
Yes.
Like it's so.
It would
such
be impossible to put on film.
It's such
Impossible.
a weird. It's. I imagine it's hard to write about in a book. You can put more details to it, but still, it's just such a crazy, batshit crazy idea.
It's like the ending of the book is like a cosmic battle between this entity from another planet that is It and a fucking all-seeing, all-knowing turtle. Right? That's what it is. And there's also
So
it's
that's where Stephen King was at that time.
right.
So everything's okay.
Everything's fine.
There's like it's called the Ritual of Chud, and like the way it's described in the book is like you fight
Not mud.
I
but-
do a ritual of chud
You
a few
fu-
times a week.
you fight. So it's Richie and maybe Bill. They fight it in their minds. Like
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
Yeah.
But it makes sense when you're reading it.
No, I'm sure it does.
It literally like it was the second half is really good up until like the third act.
Yeah.
I would say, and then it loses us a little bit, but it's still decent.
So I think like I read the book in between the first and second movies. So like I knew what to expect in the second one. But like in the book, so the book is really cool because in the chapters, like half of a chapter is a piece of the story with them as kids, and then the other half of the chapter is a piece of the story of them as adults. So it keeps going back and forth. So like both climaxes are happening at the same time, which is really cool. But then, so in It Chapter 1, like the kids, they all bond themselves and say, we'll come back and we'll fight this thing if it ever comes up again. And they do like, they cut their hands with the bottle and they all like, hold hands and, we made it. In the book, it is a literal orgy.
With the children?
With children.
Nah.
In the sewer.
That's too much.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Maybe John's onto something with
That's
Stephen
so
King.
insane.
So.
I didn't know that. That's insane.
That's what it is.
That's insane.
How do you write about that and someone's like, you know what?
This is
Let's
good.
publish.
We're just gonna.
This
we're
is
just gonna
good.
Leave him alone. He's fine.
Who's this guy? Stephen King. He lives by himself in Maine. All right, let's just make sure he mails everything to us.
Yeah.
Let's not have him come in at all.
Guys, I got an idea.
No, just just call us.
Yeah.
Just call us. Keep writing. Just keep doing
writing.
your thing.
People love it. I don't know why.
But yeah, so it's a fantastic remake.
Great, good pick.
Back to Ryan.
Back to
A
Ryan,
little
right.
derailed there, but
Yeah, the children's
That was
orgy was unexpected.
I did not know that.
I can't believe this hasn't been picked yet. All right. I'm going to go with 21 Jump Street.
Fuck. Good one.
Oh, good one.
Very
And
good.
in the text, when I said, can we do TV show to movie remakes?
yep, that's
You
what
did
you were
two.
talking
You did
about.
two.
I've
TV
done
shows.
two.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
While doing my research, Mission Impossible came up, and it's my favorite action movie franchise. So I'm like, all right, I got to throw that in there.
Yeah.
But 21 Jump Street, the remake with, who knew Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum would have such remarkable,
I
wonderful
know.
chemistry?
Why have they not done a third one?
I have no idea. And Jonah Hill in that role is funny, but like Channing Tatum was just like a discovery that he can be
Hilarious.
like, but it wasn't like, he wasn't like a cool guy hilarious. He was kind of like a nerd, his character got in with like the nerds when they were infiltrating high school. Ice Cube was a great,
Yeah.
no nonsense boss.
Yeah.
I love 21 Jump Street is like the rewatchability is so far up
It
there.
is. Even 22 Jump Street is very funny.
It is.
The part where like Ice Cube finds out that Jonah Hill is dating his having sex with his daughter,
Yeah.
that is an all-time scene.
So they're at
And Queen Latifah's her mom?
Yeah, it's so good.
Have you ever seen the Jonah Hill did an interview where they're like, oh, what's it like working with Ice Cube? And he's like, oh, he's just like very serious. And he's like, I've only seen him laugh once. And he's like, we were on a plane doing press for the 21 Jump Street, and I was sitting behind him, and he's like just sitting in his chair, like dying laughing. And he was watching Friday.
He's watching his own movie.
Yeah, he was laughing at himself playing the character of
awesome.
Friday. It's the only time I've ever seen him laugh. But 21 Jump Street, great remake. And I love the nod at the end they give to the original, like Johnny Depp and whoever the other guy is.
I don't know who the other guy
who
is,
played
but-
them in the TV series.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah,
Not
was
that Johnny Depp, needed the
Yeah. Right.
notoriety, but it was just like a cool little nudge,
Yeah.
and just a great movie. So 21 Jump Street is going to be my favorite.
And a great sequel.
Yeah, a great sequel. 21, 22. I'd watch it up to 26.
I love the was it 21 where they were going through all the like possible sequels that could be like them going undercover and
Yeah.
all different things, and Bill Hader's the
Oh,
chef.
yeah.
Yeah. That's like an Austin Powers move.
Wasn't
Yes.
there talk one time of like doing a 21 Jump Street Men in Black crossover?
Yeah,
I think there
remember
was.
that was a thing
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah.
for a period of time. All right, last pick overall. And, I know she's going to jump through her computer when she hears it. Nope, it's not Casino Royale. That's not the last pick. It's not Heat. It's not The Departed. My choice for one of my favorite remakes is, what year did this come out? The 2003 comedy starring Michael Douglas, Albert Brooks, and Ryan Reynolds called The In-Laws. Have you ever seen this movie?
In-laws? No, I don't think so.
This movie is fucking hilarious.
What?
So Ryan Reynolds is marrying this girl, right?
Yes.
And her father is Albert Brooks, and he's like a podiatrist. He's a foot doctor, right?
Yeah, I bet. Adam.
And she's never
Oh, now it makes sense.
that makes sense.
she's never met Ryan Reynolds' family, his dad. Like, she knows he has a dad and a mom, but like he never brings them around because like he's embarrassed of his dad, and his dad is like a secret agent for the government, or maybe not. He's like a like a lone ranger agent, but it's a comedy, and Michael Douglas is hysterical in this role.
I like Michael
and he really wants to bond with his future daughter-in-law's father.
Okay.
Albert Brooks, and he's like this very reserved man. So he like takes him on this fucking adventure around the world as basically a pseudo spy. And the two of them together are just hysterical. I have it on DVD if you ever want to borrow it. It's so funny. I love
like
this
Meet
movie.
the Parents.
It does sound like
It sounds like Meet the Parents.
No, it's not Meet the Parents because it's
except it's
father
not.
and father.
That would be like
Okay.
that would be like Greg
Ryan
Fox.
Reynolds is a secondary character.
Okay.
In it, it's mainly Michael
okay.
Douglas and Albert Brooks.
Gotcha.
So it's a
gotcha,
remake.
gotcha.
It's a remake. I don't.
So it's like Meet the Fockers.
Kind of.
I
I
guess
guess
so.
Meet the Fockers came after that.
I feel like Greg is like Ben Stiller is still the main focus in that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's anybody else in this movie you might. No, that's it. That's all you'll recognize in it. But this movie is very funny. I'll let either of you borrow it anytime you want.
Okay.
So
I'll watch it.
2003, The In-Laws. I looked it up. I looked at a list of all movie remakes, and I saw this on there. And this is one of those movies I have a big time soft spot for. So
Okay.
What were some of your honorable mentions?
Heat.
Let's see. I only did 4. I think we messed up the order.
Did we?
Did we skip right over your one? All right. So what's
Yeah.
your last one?
All right, my last one. I have a lot
I
here.
can't believe we
but
fucked that up.
I knew we did because a couple of times you guys did back to backs.
Oh, that's a mistake.
That's all right. I'm going with Miami Vice.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
It's a guilty pleasure movie of mine.
See,
Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx.
I never saw it.
It's a fun movie. It's actually not that good, but
Do you know what?
it's like a gorgeous movie because it's
Yeah.
it's like high production value in Miami, and
Right.
they
that was
play
right
good
around when he
characters.
did Ray too, and Colin Farrell was the new hotness.
Yeah, they were really good together.
You like the TV show movie adaptations?
I do. I'm a
So-
huge fan.
The original Miami Vice TV show is very good.
It is, but you know what? There's very few TV shows, especially from the 70s and 80s, that didn't go on too long. And if you can kind of tell a good 2-hour story of a TV show
Yeah.
with the compelling characters,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So, Adam, you gave your honorable mentions. Ryan,
So I had Aladdin.
just as
I had The Wicker Man just because Nicolas Cage is, beating up women and, just and a truly insane performance in a career full of insane performances.
Yeah. I think about that movie pretty often, but just for the fact that I don't know who the director is of that movie, but they must have just been off camera watching Nick Cage act through this movie and been like, this just has to be the way it is.
Yeah.
Because we paid Nick Cage all this money and there's no way I'm telling him that not to do
You
this.
can't turn it into the studio without Nick Cage in it. So
It's just gonna have to lean into it.
is that the one where he's got the bees?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you mentioned already. Casino Royale
Yeah.
with the Daniel Craig version is just so good. Scarface,
Yep.
which the original was in the 30s. This is a Holly pick. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
good. I have
One
that
with
on my
Jessica
list,
Biel.
too. Yeah.
She loves that one. I've never seen
In my eyes, that's the definitive one. Mark Allison, who's
the newer one.
yeah.
Okay.
The Jessica Biel one.
Yeah, she's like she loved it.
Well, I guess that's not technically the newest one anymore. I think there's
No, there has
Oh,
been a
the-
newer one.
but the Jessica Biel one is the one.
Or was it called Leatherface or something like that?
I don't know, but so Mark would say that the original, the Leatherface one, is the definitive one, but I would say that one is.
Charlie's Angels, another TV to movie.
That's a
Great
good one,
movie, too.
Great couple movies.
Oh, yeah.
The Fugitive.
Yep.
Okay.
That is a fucking.
I had Dawn of the Dead,
movie.
and then True Grit. I really like the Jeff Bridges True Grit.
The Coen Brothers one.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, with Haley Steinfeld.
Yep.
That's a great movie. That's a very under the radar movie.
I agree.
That came and went. I have that on Blu-ray. I like that movie a lot.
What about
So
you?
I tried to keep it to things that I saw the original and then also saw the remake, but there's also a few in here not. Casino Royale is one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of them. What else is here? Halloween, the 2007 one. I love Rob Zombie movies,
Yep.
and I love that 2007 Halloween movie. It's a direct remake of John Carpenter's. And then one that I had on here that I almost made on my last pick was Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992 with Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder. There's a lot of movies that talk about. I mean, there's no one like Dracula movies. There's been so many movies about Dracula, and I think that one is my definitive.
So I wanted
Dracula.
I wanted to pick ahead of you so bad so
For
I
Thing?
could get the thing. That was the top of my. That was the first one.
That's the first one I thought. That one and Casino Royale, the two that I first thought of.
So Casino Royale didn't really make it to any of our lists, but
Because
Yeah,
that was
we're
the
good.
only
Yeah.
remake
that one's too easy. It's
of
too easy.
a Bond film, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
The rest were just-
I don't really like I said I don't really remember watching through the whole original Casino Royale movie. So I was like,
Wasn't it more of a comedy?
I don't even I only remember certain like bits and parts of it. I haven't seen that many from that.
And honestly, once Daniel Craig came, who cares?
Yeah, they're so good.
He's so good.
I was curious. So like they're advertising No Time to Die. No Time to Die is the new one.
Yeah.
October 8th.
Yes. That this is obviously his last one. They keep advertising that. I'm very curious to see what the next Bond will be.
Yeah.
Unless they just throw a bunch
I really got to catch up on my Bond. I haven't
Yeah.
seen one since
Oh,
Casino
man.
Royale.
The Daniel Craig one
they're
is so good.
They're far and away the best
I
one.
would
I
say
just
it's
haven't
like
seen them.
it's like Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, like a little drop off.
But then I've heard the other ones
The one
are
with
awesome.
Javier Bardem.
Spectre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
so-
That's like 2 movies in one.
Yeah,
I looked up
it's a great
the
movie.
so the In-Laws, the original is from the 70s, and it's the guy that plays Columbo and Alan Arkin are the two fathers of the bride and groom.
No way, Alan Arkin.
Yeah.
So it's very funny. I was gonna bust your balls and make fun of you and be like, "Oh, why don't you like pick a comedy from the '90s with Alan Arkin in it or something?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, there we are."
Oh yeah.
I guess I mean Spider-Man's a remake. The Andrew I love the Andrew I like them all of them.
Yeah. I love a good remake.
So yeah.
can
Hey,
we say?
solid lists.
Very good. Let's get into what we're watching. Do you guys have anything you
I got a couple things. I guess I'll go first.
go for?
Did I mention this last time that I watched that show You on
Yeah.
Netflix? So I burned through it both seasons. Yeah, I did talk about this, so I won't go into it again. But on the heels of You, at Holly's been telling me to watch this show for years now. It feels like I watched the Haunting of Hill House and the Haunting of Bly Manor. Holy fucking shit!
Brava.
I loved them both, but I liked Hill House more than the second one. But I really liked the second one.
How good does Midnight Mass look?
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't fucking wait for that.
So-
Hold on. Wait, don't are you still talking about Hill
Yeah.
House? Okay.
So I just wanted to mention, in Hill House, some of the things that I really liked was that, the first episode was introduced to the whole family, right? And then the next 3, right? The next 4, you got, the childhood and present day of 4 of the 5 children. And then you got that episode 6 was basically 2 shots. The whole thing. There was one shot was them in the house during the storm. Mm-hmm. And the windows are blowing out and everybody in the family is seeing shit. I don't know how you don't leave the house after that night. And then on the present day, it was all tracking shots throughout the funeral home. And then it did the oldest brother and the 2 parents' perspectives. Mm-hmm. And then the final payoff of the showdown at the house at the end.
Tremendous.
What a show.
Unbelievable show.
The acting was amazing. I wanted to talk about the sets too. So when they filmed that, first of all, that is 100% Charles Xavier's house in one of the X-Men movies.
Is it?
100%.
Well, you mean
The exterior or the
You mean
interior?
school, right?
Yes, the
Interior?
both.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Both. I'm almost positive that the exterior is from Deadpool 2 and the interior, that staircase.
It could be.
I can fucking see Charles Xavier coming down the stairs talking to Wolverine from Days of Futures Past on that staircase.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't rewatched. I watched Haunting of Hill House pretty soon after I rewatched it, but I haven't seen it in a while. So you could be right. I have to go back and look at that.
So I thought that was cool, and then I thought so they must have filmed the past first, and then olded up the house for the future. So they must have had to do them completely separate. Something that blew me away was that the actor, I was trying to remember the actor that plays the young dad. Where am I seeing this guy from? And so I went on his IMDb page and I saw E.T.
Yeah,
And I was what the fuck? It's Elliot?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
He's fantastic in that role
he's so
too.
good.
He's awesome in Bly Manor as well.
He is great. Yeah, the uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he plays Jack Torrance in Doctor Sleep.
Yeah. Oh man.
So
He's found his
Fucking Doctor Sleep.
niche.
he has,
Good.
and
niche.
to just quickly hop on to Bly Manor. Very different, but still awesome. So I figured out the narrator in the black and white episode just because of like the similarities between the accents of the gardener and her, and then I like sort of figured that the Indian guy was
Rahul Kohli.
Right.
Love him.
How good was he?
he was awesome. Then I sort of figured out that, oh, that's who she was talking to at the wedding in the very first episode. But I had no fucking clue it was going to be Flora's wedding. That blew me away.
Yeah.
So the way that everything, like, it brings you down so low. Like, how are they going to get out of this? It's not going to happen. And then, like, Mike Flanagan, the director of Dr. Sleep as well, brings it all together and gives you a happy ending.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And it's earned. Like,
It
it
is.
doesn't feel fake. I love it.
The black and white episode it stands up as one of my favorite TV shows. I went back and watched that like 2 or 3 times.
And that's the one with Theo from the first.
Theo, yep,
Yeah.
Teddy. She's Theo. Yeah, right. Theo.
Is that his wife in real life?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Holly was telling me that.
Holly and I were very close to naming Lenny Theo.
Oh man, what?
It's just like, because that's such a strong character
Yeah.
in Hill House.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a strong female character. Like, she does not take shit from anyone.
No.
I love it.
That episode, the black and white episode of Bly Manor, felt like almost like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Like it stood on its own. It could have been its own story. It didn't. You know what I mean? Like, didn't need to. You could have started with the narrator and ended with a narrator, and it would have been like a campfire story type thing, or like a Tales from the Crypt, or like something like that. Like fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like that's fucking was killer the way they did that fucking that episode.
At one point, I was texting Holly, and I was like, I'm on this episode with the housekeeper. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
And then like 20 minutes later, I texted her. I was like, in all caps, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, because it all came together. Because she was like phasing back and forth in time. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, how creative do you have to be
So
to think
inventive.
of something like
But
that?
not even
those
that.
shows.
And then to be able to execute it.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, that's a great thought.
Yeah.
But to put that on paper and then turn that into something so, like, riveting.
Yeah, and also make it to like both those shows. I did not like. You kind of piece things together, but you do not anticipate what the punchline is going to be.
No.
Like in either one of those, it was awesome for me. Like the whole way through. I can't wait for Midnight Mass coming out this month. Less than a month away.
Yeah.
This month.
I've got 2 more quick
September.
ones. So
This
I've been watching Riverdale. The new season has started.
Why do you torture yourself?
It's as ridiculous as ever. But I will say, like, the time jump has done them wonders.
Just give me the spark notes.
I wanted to just bring up one specific thing. I was texting Ryan about this the other day. Everybody on that show, every actor, every actress on that show is so good looking. Minor characters, major characters, everybody is so good looking, and so everybody on the cast can fucking sing too, which drives me insane.
Yeah.
Right? The main guy, that guy that plays Hiram, is Kelly Ripa's husband.
Yeah.
I think he is. That guy is fucking Shred City.
Yeah.
And like a jaw like a god. And so everybody on the show is so good looking. And then during the time jump, Archie joined the army, right? So he was a sergeant, and he's got this guy living with him who was in like his platoon or whatever. And the actor that plays this guy is by far the ugliest person on the show. It's so obvious.
What a sin.
It's so obvious. Like they couldn't. He must know somebody. Like he must know a producer or be friends with somebody in the cast, because like everybody else that's been on the show for the past 4 seasons has been very, very good looking. They kill him off. They bring him back.
Maybe it's
But
like a Make-A-Wish thing.
somehow, and like it's not like he's like deformed, ugly. He's just not good looking at all. And everybody else on the show is so good looking.
So it's like
Too bad.
startling.
It's noticeable, which I think is very funny. And I also watched Spider-Man: Far From Home, which was for the first time since theaters. A great rewatch. I watched it on TV. Mysterio's powers are so cool, but then I was thinking about, they're not powers, but like he could have made them powers, right? Like there's a way he could have done that where like
With the drones.
right, they could have been powers.
Yeah. Well, I think that they just wanted to make that character just like a smoke and mirrors type
And
thing.
so that brings me to the second part, which was his motivation, whereas like he wanted to use what he did for Tony and like use it for himself to, sort of get one over on everyone that has, Tony and, other people that have wronged him. And that was his sort of motivation.
I'm kind of glad we're getting away from the Marvel movies where all the villains are motivated by what Tony Stark did to them.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad we're getting away from that. There's way too many.
The illusion scene, the very first illusion scene, is so good.
Remind me.
It's the one where Spider-Man goes to Berlin to tell Nick Fury about Mysterio.
Yeah.
And like
The water monster one? The element fight? No.
So he's like, he basically tricks Peter into telling him who knows about him.
Oh, at the bar.
No.
No?
Nope. After that, it's like he illusions. So he's meeting with Nick Fury in a boardroom, and then all of a sudden Maria Hill disappears, and then the whole building starts to turn from this modern Avengers facility into a decrepit warehouse.
Yeah.
And then it does he's in a graveyard at Tony Stark's grave, and Iron Man comes out of it, and then he's in a room of mirrors, he's being attacked by other Spider-Men. It's it's so well done and so well thought out. So I thought that was really cool. And let's see what else. The build to the Spidey sense I thought was really great.
The end where he grabs the gun.
Yeah, he had to earn the Spidey sense. He just doesn't get it with Toby and Andrew's Spider-Man. And I also watched Doctor Strange the other day, and I'll just say one thing: whoever the fucking art director for that movie, that give him some type of award.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
What they do in that movie. I can't wait to see Multiverse of Madness.
I just love the they do it a little bit in Shang-Chi where they talk about how artifacts that they have in their Kodak, and all obviously the cape. Is the cape that Doctor Strange wears is a very special cape, but just all the shit that they have all around the sanction.
That's the movie everybody should have been rock hard about the multiverse about. I feel people didn't get really psyched about the multiverse until Far From Home came out because of Mysterio's fake multiverse.
Yeah, right.
The ancient one straight up says multiverse.
Yeah,
straight up says it.
Yeah.
So. That's when everybody should have gotten really psyched about it.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
I haven't seen any of them.
Sorry.
We're going to make you a list, and you just got to watch the important ones.
You gonna check it twice?
Yeah. Check it 3 times.
Like Santa Claus. Do you want me to go?
Yep.
Okay. Today, no. So I'm still watching Walking Dead, which I will say, and I've mentioned this before.
Heard it's picked up.
It's picked way back up.
Okay.
Really?
Maybe not to, the peak, but it's super, super close to the peak. So you have new villains called the Reapers, who are these badass villains that we don't know anything about. According to the preview, we're going to find out next week.
Do they speak normally?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Not like the trash people.
Yeah.
But you have they finally have just focused on the core. So you have the main storyline is Negan and Maggie, who have a ton of history together, obviously. From Negan murdering Glenn.
They together?
No. He killed her husband.
So?
It's a strange relationship. We'll just say that.
But she wants to keep him alive because he's a huge resource in this new world. Because he knows everything, knows back roads, all this type of stuff.
So Maggie's in charge.
Maggie's in charge.
Okay.
She's kind of always
There's no
been in
Rick.
charge,
There's no
but
Michonne.
She went away for a while.
No Michonne?
No.
What about Daryl?
Daryl's there, but Daryl's a loner. I mean, he's always him and Dog are just always going off.
Dog.
It's his dog. He has a dog.
His name's Dog.
Yeah, calls
she
dog.
calls it
Hey, dog.
Yeah.
So Daryl and Carol are still there. Carol, I don't know, she's kind of pissing me off. She's going crazy. She killed a horse last episode, slit its throat.
For no reason?
I feel like they took Carol's character was so good for so long, and then they were just all right, that's it.
She's going in and out of crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested in the Reapers because it's kind of badass the way they introduced them. They were walking, so the main cast is walking on a main road, and all of a sudden these knives, you hear the swoosh, swoosh, swoosh getting thrown at them, and then it's this gang of people in Jason masks
Wow.
walking towards them, but briskly walking, and they're just these hulked up guys, and they're just charging towards the camera, and they walk into the camera, and that's the end of the episode.
Oh shit.
So they're now the main Daryl, Maggie, Negan, all of them are on the run from these people, but like some people are killed, some people are hurt. So you have like the internal within the group, stuff going on, and then you have these new villains coming after them. Which is like that's when The Walking Dead was good.
Yeah.
When you had like the governor and his gang going after them, but then you also had the internal shit going on. Because the zombies are never the biggest threat. It's always other humans.
Yeah.
Right. It seemed like it was at its worst when they were settled
Yes.
in a place, because that then it turned into a drama. Like a drama.
Yeah. Well, even with the villains they had last season, I forgot, it was the
Whisperers.
The Whisperers. But the Whisperers would, instead of really attacking, they used hordes of zombies to get them. And it's like, it's like scary, but it's like, here comes the horde, and it's a zoom out, and they're like walking slow. It's like, the horde's coming. It's like, all right, well, we can move, But like when it's a human like on you who's gonna try and kill you,
Right.
Oh my god.
it's scarier. The horde zooms out, and it's like, well, they're like far away. We can,
Being overwhelmed worked early on, but then I remember at the beginning of one of the earlier seasons, they were like experts at killing all these zombies.
Well, they are experts now too.
they are now, yeah.
Right.
Like, they
so it's
just,
really
like-
not a huge deal. Unless you're
It's only when they get
overwhelmed.
overwhelmed. Yeah.
It gets overwhelmed, or like a zombie catches them by surprise. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
and that
God.
still takes out like side characters here and there,
Yeah.
which it should. Like that should still happen, but I don't know. I got a lot of promise. I have a good feeling about this season.
All right.
I got to catch up. I watched all of last season, but this is the final season, right?
Yeah, so there's been 3 episodes.
Where are they at with the Rick movies or movie?
I think it's filming, or it's been filmed, because he has not been seen in a while. He got
Yeah.
rescued by that helicopter.
Right, I remember that. But now he's just gone.
Now he's just gone.
Yeah.
But like,
He got rescued by the
he's gone.
trash people.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it is
The
weird.
trash people are really weird.
Yeah, that
Imagine
was-
if Rick comes back and he's talking like that. Oh,
How do they talk like Kevin in that episode
Yes,
of The Office?
exactly.
That's what I was
Like they don't
picturing.
use prepositions.
Go
or-
out, see
How-
world.
how
Yeah.
do?
Do you mean like see the
How you?
world?
Yeah.
Or do you mean like Sea World?
Yeah.
Trees, ocean, whales.
Me like that. Me like that.
They see.
They see. Also, cannot recommend enough that show Heels on Stars with
Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
Amell.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Gotta watch that.
Great show. I know I mentioned last week 9 Perfect Strangers, but I did not mention the star of 9 Perfect Strangers, a star within a cast of stars, Michael Shannon.
Oh,
His character, his character's name is Napoleon, and it's like an Italian last name, Napoleon something, I don't know. So his character, it's him, his wife, and his daughter are at the retreat. So it's very similar to the White Lotus, except it's more of like a spiritual retreat. So Nicole Kidman plays this kind of mysterious character. She runs it. Her second in command is Jason from The Good Place, Manny Jacinto. And what she does is she handpicks people to come to her place, and she like heals them
Okay.
because she knows their past, and she knows like what they're trying to get past and all this stuff. So it's him, his wife, and his daughter, who I don't know who plays the wife and the daughter, but they're there because their son committed suicide. And the son committed suicide a couple of years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, and they still just have not like come to terms with it. So it's like kind of overtaking their life. But he's like very super upbeat all the time. Like that's how he masks his, sadness. And it's just he's just an amazing actor. He plays a great part. Everyone in it is great. It's on Hulu. I can't recommend it enough. There's been 6 episodes, but there's a couple scenes where he like sings these, like he'll sing songs and he's just going nuts. I love it. He's so good.
I spent my life training for this. Where did you train?
On a farm?
Is that from Superman?
Yeah.
He's just like he plays just like a normal dad, but jacked up to like a million. So 9 Perfect Strangers, highly recommend. I also talked about Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
On Hulu. Fantastic.
You like it?
Yes, I do. Watch the newest episode. Comes out on Tuesdays. So Holly and I we've watched 4 episodes. It's really funny. So this episode focused on Sting, the singer.
Okay.
He plays
Not the
himself.
wrestler?
Not the wrestler.
I was gonna
So
say.
he lives in the building.
Is
and
he Sting? He plays
He
Sting?
plays Sting.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was just really funny. He plays himself like very well. He plays just kind of this like egocentric, like not in touch with reality at all.
Yeah.
I will say, And at first, I didn't say anything to Holly because I'm like, look, I don't want to be that guy like, oh, Martin Short, great. Steve Martin, great. Selena Gomez, like I don't want to seem like I'm just picking on the woman. But Selena Gomez's voice, her normal speaking voice, is almost unbearable.
Really?
Yeah,
It's horrible.
I could see that.
It's not good. I don't know why she talks like that. Why isn't she?
You just sing all the time.
Not even that. Just
Hello.
adapt a character voice. It's so bad, and it's starting to bother me. It's not taking away my enjoyment of the show, but
I also like when you tell me like there's this show and it stars Steve Martin, Martin Short,
Sold.
Selena Gomez. I'm like, there's one odd person out there.
Yeah.
Not really
they work well together, but
comedy.
2 out of the 3 are pulling the weight. I mean, it's what it is. They're both very good. In the Sopranos rewatch, I'm on episode 9,
Season 1.
and I went through a couple heavyweight episodes.
Yeah.
College, episode 5.
Yeah, where he has to go.
Where he's
Oh,
taking
yeah.
Meadow on the college tour.
That
and
one's awesome.
Recognizes the rat.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's one of the best episodes.
Almost standalone Tony episode, really. It's
Yeah.
Tony and Meadow. And like when he eventually catches up to and kills the guy who's the rat, like I can't imagine, 15 years ago, whenever it was, 20 years ago, like not only does he kill him, but the camera is like in the ground.
Yeah.
And Tony is strangling this guy.
Yep.
And this is the main character. Like this is the guy you're supposed to be rooting for and want to watch. And he's like viciously murdering this guy. It's like so jarring even now watching, like how brutal that is.
Yeah.
It doesn't kill him off screen. It's not like he shoots him.
You see the light leave his eyes.
And Tony's sweating, like it
Yeah.
feels real. Unbelievable episode. And then the last one I watched, the episode is The Legend of Tennessee Multisanti, and it's a very Chris heavy episode. And there's a line in the episode that I don't know, I never caught before. Chris and Tony are driving in the car, and Chris is just like having a lot of trouble because the indictments are coming down on the Soprano family and everyone. And in the newscast, they talk about Brendan Fallone, like his junkie friend.
Yeah.
And they're like, mafia associate or whatever. And they don't talk about Chris. So Chris is having this identity crisis and he's going kind of crazy. And he's right before he starts using drugs again. And he's driving in the car with Tony. And Tony's like, what's wrong with you? And he's like, sometimes it's just like the fucking nothingness of life is too much for me. And it like blew me away.
Yeah.
Like he just can't be normal. Mm-hmm. He can't just have like he's got a girlfriend who loves him, and like now he's trying to write the screenplay about the mafia, but he can't help it. He's like, I need to be this mafia guy.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing episode for him, and
It's like in his family. And I'm sure we'll see in Many Saints of Newark, we'll see like what a legend Dickie was.
And he had to
he's
live
gotta
up to
live
that.
up to
And
it.
yeah, like Tony's his uncle, who basically once his dad died, became his father.
Right.
But it's really cool because he's writing about the movie, and he keeps telling Paulie, he's like, every character needs an arc. And I'm trying to find the arc in the movie I'm writing, while the episode is about his arc.
Yeah.
The writing, it's just, it continues to blow me away. So very excited to keep going on that journey. And then I watched, so Netflix has the documentary series called Untold, which I've talked about, like Malice at the Palace, the Caitlyn Jenner, they had one on Caitlyn Jenner. So the newest one is called Crime and Penalties. I don't know if you've ever heard of this.
No.
So it's about the Danbury Thrashers
Oh, the
the independent hockey league.
Yeah, hockey team that was like getting paid by the mafia to play.
Oh.
Win
So
games.
it was this mafia guy who was like highly connected, who they say like was loosely based. That's what they based the Sopranos off of.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
And he bought this team,
Danbury, Massachusetts?
Connecticut.
Okay.
He gave it to like his son.
His
right?
son.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called the Danbury Thrashers. His son
Right.
was 17 at the time, and he's like put together a team.
Well, his son played hockey and then he got hurt, right?
Yep.
So his dad was like, "Oh, have a hockey team."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just kind of show it's very fun. It's like an hour and a half documentary on Netflix, like about that, like about the mob guy's life, the son's life, all this stuff. But the cool thing was, so this was when they played their first season or second season, the NHL got locked out.
Yep.
So they were playing and like all their guys kept getting hurt because they're psychopaths, and like they used to just get a bunch of goons and play and try to beat the crap out of everyone.
Yeah.
So because they had unlimited money, they ended up signing Mike Rupp,
Oh yeah, he's a professional hockey
who
player.
won the Stanley Cup the year before.
Yeah.
And they're showing highlights, and he's just like scoring 20 goals a game.
Like, he was never like a big time goal scorer, but like it doesn't matter.
He's a professional hockey player.
Like if any professional hockey player is gonna step on the ice in like beer league hockey, they're going to dominate.
Yeah.
That's it. Because at one point in that person's life, growing up, they were the best player on the ice, but they had to evolve their game into like being a goon or being a grinder or something like that because there's just guys that are better, but their skill is still there.
Yeah. So they were showing highlights, and he's just like scoring all these goals on them. It's like, that doesn't seem fair.
No.
Because
That's
they
hilarious.
were supposed to cap the salaries like that, so to keep it fair. But what the mob guy did is he paid them like, okay, yes, I'm paying you the max that the league can pay you, but then he also had them on at like his sanitation company,
Right.
all that stuff. Very interesting, very fun documentary. And then to end it off, I watched Reminiscence
Ooh.
on HBO.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman. Very, very, very good movie. I liked it a lot. Brett Cullen's in it.
Of course, Brett
A
Collins.
small but important role.
Okay.
But
guy.
it's really cool. It like kind of plays with your mind a little bit. So it's based in the future in Miami, but Miami is basically underwater. But the world is adapted. So it's cool. The way the movie opens, it's like this tracking shot of like Miami underwater, but the buildings are just in the water. So you just get around by boat.
Huh.
And then there's like a part of the city that's still sea level, like, where you can walk around in, but that's like the grimy part of town. So the ultra rich have moved up, literally.
Yeah.
So now they live above the water in these high rises and, all this stuff. And like the poor or lower class still have to live. And it's like kind of like mini flooding. But Hugh Jackman is like ex like military guy. And he has this machine where you can go and sit in. It's like you sit in like a tub of water and put like this headset on, and you can relive whatever memory you want.
Cool.
Because people are just so depressed about the future that they go back and live like their happiest memory or whatever. And then it goes into like his personal life and stuff. It was I enjoyed it. Good little movie.
I'll check
Good
it out.
list.
Thank you.
Good list.
I've been watching Yellowstone. I started watching the Marvel What If show.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen any of those yet.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I won't give anything away because it's all just new shit, but it's pretty good. I like it. I don't know if I like it as much as the other ones, like Loki and WandaVision and all that, and Falcon the Winter Soldier. And I also started watching Breaking Bad again.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Well, it started as I just wanted to watch a couple. I watched The Fly, and I watched the episode where Mike is retiring, and they go meet the guy in the desert and say my name. You know exactly who I am. Say my name. And so that
Sucked you back in.
I started from the beginning. Yeah.
He just got back on set, actually, Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Oh, good,
Better Call Saul.
good.
Maybe Netflix will wise up and put season 5 on there so I can watch it and catch up.
They'll do it when the other one's about to drop.
Yeah,
So they
which
usually
doesn't
do it.
seem like it's coming in a while.
So good. What a great show.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's really it. That's all I've been watching. I've kind of been a bum.
I also wanted to mention, like, watching that show season 2 of You, the main girl actress in it is the Nell from season 1 of Hill
Okay.
House and the au pair from Bly Manor. That actress is a star. She's a fucking star. She's going to be in a million things in short order. So just
I hope so.
Adam's calling it now.
take that to the bank.
All right.
She's a star.
In other news, Adam is now her manager.
I'm her manager,
She's here right now.
foot masseuse, whatever she needs.
Oh, Mike D just texted a solid vehicle draft.
Hey,
Hey.
wait till he sees the remakes draft.
Hey, we got a new fan, Justine,
He's coming for you.
coming for you.
Oh, speaking of coming for you, big shout out, Michael K. Williams.
Yes.
Oh man,
R.I.P.
Omar coming. That's so sad.
Chase, I almost named Chase Omar.
Omar. He was so good in Warwick
Chase is
Empire.
my dog, by the way.
Um,
Your
he was
dog's
so
fine.
good in Warwick Empire. Really, everything that he did, he was so good in.
He was great in Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
He's nominated for an Emmy. It just, like him dying kind of reminded me. I don't know if it's the HBO thing, but like when James Gandolfini died,
Yeah.
like he's only Michael K. Williams only 54,
Yeah.
and like it seems like it might have been a drug overdose.
Probably two of the best. Honestly, probably two of the three or four best television characters ever. Probably Tony, Omar, Walter, Eric Cartman. Like, that's the list. That's the list.
It's a short list, and they're both on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
it is very,
And
very.
Eric Cartman is a legitimate person on that list.
It is. I accept it. But yeah, R.I.P. Michael K. Williams.
Very sad.
Very sad. And I want to do a Wire rewatch, but I can't handle.
No, you can't do both.
I got to do Sopranos first.
No drinks. You can't do it.
Can't do it.
All right, that's it. Average Nobody's podcast number 129. Next week will be 130. That's how it works.
Wow.
Numbers and things like
Hey,
that.
any of our fans want to suggest our next draft? We are open
Yes.
for suggestions. Otherwise, we'll just come up with something and you'll find out next week.
Justine, Mike, if you're listening,
Text us.
Text us and tell us what you want to hear for the next draft, or if you want to also. I would love to have Justine.
Yeah, if you
do what
want to
she-
join.
Yeah.
Maybe Hickoryham Michael come in and join us.
Maybe he's gonna have to fight Justine for it, the spot. I would love for Justine, whether you come in or not. I would love you to do what you did last week for the vehicle draft for,
Yes.
for the next draft. We'll give you good lead time when we think of it.
So she did text a bunch. If you want me to.
oh
sneak them in
yeah.
quick.
Let's do it.
All right. Let me get back to.
Hopefully she stayed on until the end. This will be the true test if she's actually.
It's true. See if she's really a number one fan.
Yeah.
God. No puzzles. No puzzles. No puzzles. No puzzles. All right. So she did say she thought Ocean's 11 should be the number one pick, which it was close. It was number two.
Okay.
Then she said she's a big fan of the Thomas Crown Affair remake.
I saw that on there as well. That's I've only seen pieces of that. I've only seen pieces of it because like it's one of those movies that like my dad watches when it's on, and I always just
Sounds like a Leo movie.
that The Saint, Tombstone, Shooter, Hot Tub Time Machine. Those are his go-tos.
Father of the Bride, which I guess is a remake.
Huh.
Yes.
Which I did not know. But she said she hasn't seen the original, so she can't speak to it. She loves High Society, which is a musical remake of a Philadelphia story.
Okay.
But she assumes no one is picking that. Correct. Little Woman.
Okay.
Little Woman, which I did love the new Little Woman. That was really good with Tim Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Jeff Mello picked The Departed.
Yep. I mentioned it.
What was that? It was the original.
Internal Affairs, it's called.
Oh,
Like a 2002 movie.
that was a quick remake. Quick
Yeah.
turnaround.
Dude, Heat
And that, yeah, I think
Heat
that's it.
is like
Yeah.
whatever year it came out, it's a remake by Michael Mann.
Yeah, it was
like 3 or 4 years later.
but it was a TV movie, right? A straight to TV.
Oh,
movie
was
or
it?
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But, hey, so
My
she didn't,
bedtime.
Ryan's got to go to bed. All right. Thanks for everybody for listening. That's it. I already said what number it was. 129. Next week's 130. Bye.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thanks.